down. A lot of people, and I'm going to go and I'm going to do, I can't help it, it's like ghost, they're all lined up, so I will be doing mini readings. For you, have you been going through kind of like a 5 months of kind of like a depression, funky depression, where you're not really clear of things? It's as if you're one of these people who are like this, but you've been going through a weird funk, and right? By the way, I tell my students and my fiance, which gets very nervous, you can't lie to me. Right? Yeah, and Christine knows. So basically, you are going through a major change. I've got about 80, actually maybe 90 now, videos, free videos on YouTube, and there's a sign-in sheet over at the back, and if you want, I'll send you the links, okay? Free of charge, and there are lessons. It explains about depression. Depression is a good thing, by the way, if it's not clinical. It actually implodes you, and it makes you start looking at who you are, and not worrying about everybody else, the children, the, you know, whatever, work and everything else. And now 2012, I'm going to go over this quickly. I'm writing a book, and this is not it. It's a massive explanation of all the things. And I believe in being proactive. All my classes are very direct and being proactive. And I'm even giving you things that you could do to counter the effects that are coming in. Now, 2012, it doesn't mean to say that on January 101, minute after midnight, it's, you know, we're all going to be, you know, Hollywoodized and in this horrible terror that they're pushing out there. Quite frankly, what 2012 is, it's a shift of energies. And what I'm seeing is it's actually a dimensional shift where they're actually interweaving dimensions into this, okay? We are definitely on the tip of a huge change on the human level. In the book, I am actually going backwards to show you which timelines we've shifted in these massive changes. Did you know that, and you know, to also show that it's not only on a dimensional shift, that when dimensions are affected, and I am going to bring in a bit of physics, and I'm going to bring it in layman's language, so don't worry. I'm not a physicist, I'm just trying to show you and build a bridge of logic, because sometimes you can be logic even though you're highly emotional, and you're very intuitional, by the way. And sometimes you don't even, you question what you get, and that hits you in the back of your head because of that sometimes, right? So it does kind of bite you. You have to be careful. By the end of February, by the way, you've got some big changes coming in, all right? And I think you're already feeling it, aren't you? All right. So anyway, basically, back to 2012. It's going to be on a global level. It's actually not in this planet, other levels, because dimensions do not have borders, okay? What you're going to experience is, and we're already experiencing it, a high earthquake. I am not into death and doom. I'm just being very practical here. I've been studying it quite a bit too, and I've been pretty accurate. Christine's been with me for nearly a year or so, over a year. Anyway, basically, there are going to be shifts. Did you know that, and you know, this is in question because they really don't know, but every 60,000 is what I believe, is that the North Pole becomes the South Pole becomes the Pole. So we're in, already we've started shifting in the last 15 years, going into that major shift of the polar shift. And it's not going to flip on a switch and it's going to change, like some people think. No, it's not. It's going to be very gradual, and that's another way of seeing that the Earth is also shifting. Anybody heard of the Ring of Fire? Must be familiar with it. It is with that's the highest amount of earthquakes around Japan through North America to down South America. So we're seeing this, and I did predict this over 2 years ago, that the earthquakes would be more, and it'll go down to San Diego, past San Diego, Mexico, and then from that point it'll come back up, and sure enough it's coming back up, and the shift. And it is going to increase, I'm afraid. Minor earthquakes, I'm not trying to scare you, I'm just saying be prepared. You know, this is, you can control yourself to a certain extent, but you cannot control, definitely not Mother Nature.